nearlydanish.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's get ready to rumble!
All right. This is mock test 6. As usual, for the people that are here for the first time, we've been practicing since the 26th of February. So over a month ago. The good news is that we record all our sessions and we upload them to the channel. The name of the channel is called Nearly Danish TV on YouTube. So all you have to do is go to the channel, go to playlists, and you will see the playlist for Melbo Escapes Pawn and for Infosats Pawn for summer 2025. If you've missed the sessions and you need to catch up. All right. We have 51 days to the test. I don't know how you guys are feeling, but we are running out of time. That's less than 2 months. You still have a lot of time, though, to prepare yourself, even if you're starting from scratch today. So do not fear. The key to pass the test is this. So the famous Zig Ziglar once said, repetition is the mother of learning, the father of action, which makes it the architect of accomplishment. The end goal is for you to get your Danish citizenship. And this is just a step along the way. And this test is not a difficult test. It's just, it's actually basically a memory exercise. However, if you get your profile to 100%, all the information in the book will actually be stuck in your head. The way to get your profile to 100% is to take all the quizzes 8 times each. I know that's a lot, but there's a reason. The reason is because that's how your brain works. You have to keep on repeating, and until it becomes second nature. You have 51 days to make that happen. Shout out to the people that are making it happen for themselves today. Ma Aggie just completed 191 quizzes today. That's a lot of work. Round of applause. So there are people that are actually putting in this work. And yeah, it is possible, you know. You just have to find the time and just do it, you know. You have to pay the price. All right. Moving on to the Kahoot now. Let's see how you guys do. All right, so this is a frequently asked question. It is about the parliamentary principle from 1901. And so a government cannot be in power if it has a majority against it in parliament. Majority of you got this right. 31 of you got this wrong. Well done to the people that got it right. And for the people that got it wrong,
now you know what you don't know.
it will appear in your profile. Fix it. For the people, actually, let me just show what the profile looks like, right? So this is what your profile looks like. By the way, I added a new set of quizzes. You're going to be seeing more quizzes added to your profile. I haven't actually finished off the Kings and Queens one, but the authors are there now. So you can see the authors, the ones that won a Nobel Prize, the poets. And there's going to be more of these types of quizzes covering especially chapter 5, all the individuals. And I'm still working on trying to cover all the individuals in the whole book. I think the videos are all done. Now I'm focusing on the quizzes, okay? all the new people, this is what I'm talking about. You're going to get a profile and you're going to have the name that you're using in the Kahoot today. And, it says, how prepared are you? You can see that Aki has put in a lot of work. He was actually at 100% until I put a new quiz in there. And yeah, you just go in there and you do all these quizzes 8 times. So he actually did every single one of these quizzes 8 times to get them to 100%. And that's the whole repetition principle that we're working with here. All right, I hope that made sense. Moving on to the next one. Okay. All right, you can find your profile today 20 minutes after the session. Okay. Yeah, I forgot to mention. So all the people that are here for the first time today, about 20 to 30 minutes after the session, your profile will be there. So watch that video I sent to you on it gives you instructions on how to find your profile. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, so the ombudsman is an actual person that keeps an eye on all the government agencies and their dealings with the public and make sure that all their dealings are actually, well, basically that all the cases are handled properly and all the rights of the people are respected in those dealings. That's what this is about. And it's well, the ombudsman is selected by the Folketing. However, I think it's a person, it's an actual individual. And they're independent. Okay, so Captain McCake's up 44 places. Next one. You know the answer to this. This is an FAQ as well, frequently asked question. All right, only 2 people got this wrong. A Borgmester is the leader of the commune. All right, 2 people got that wrong. Now you know what you don't know. You must know the answer to this. It's a frequently asked question. Next one. Static top 5.
Static top 5.
Pan has the highest answer streak of 3.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Next one. We talked about this a whole bunch of times. All right, so Nina Bang was the first female minister. She was appointed by Torvald Stauning, 1924. And she was the Minister of Education, Undervisningsminister. This is a frequently asked question. Sometimes they ask who was the first female minister, when was she appointed, or what ministry did she head? All right, we have 35 people that got this wrong. Please make sure you get it right next time.
Now you know what you don't know.
All your mistakes will appear on your profile. Next one. All right, so a majority of the Jewish people that lived here during the Second World War were moved to Sweden. Okay, how many people got this wrong? 13 people got that wrong. The rest of you got it right.
Excellent.
The 13 of you, this is also a frequently asked question. Please make sure you get it right next time because you're probably going to see it again. All right, we have 2025 at number 1, Zedster at 2, Nicholas at 3, Yenderman at 4, and Bell 29 at 5. Rajesh Hamal has the highest answer streak of 5. That's a perfect score.
Perfect score.
All right, moving on.
Uh-oh.
Let's see how you guys do on this one, because I actually forgot. The uh-oh sound means, okay, this one could trip you up. But anyways, it wasn't so bad. Over 100 people got this right. Exactly 50 people got it wrong, which is actually, I think this has been the worst question so far. So for the 50 people that got this wrong,
Now you know what you don't know.
not so frequently asked question, but especially now, this is highly relevant. So they were a colony until 1953, and this was also the year that the year that the Constitution was changed for the last time, and also the year that women were allowed to inherit the throne. All right, next one. That sound makes me scared. Was that static top 5? I don't even know. I wasn't paying attention. Yes, so he was prime minister from 2009 to 2011. Helle Thorning-Schmidt took over from him in 2011, and that was the first time that Denmark had a female prime minister. She was in there till 2014, and then he took over again from 2015 to 2019, and then Mette Frederiksen took over, and she's been there ever since. 44 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. Fix it. It will appear on your profile. Zedster, now at number 2. Yenderman on the podium at number 3. Nicholas actually jumped 2 people, but he's falling 2 places down now. Bell 29 still holding strong at number 5. 9 players hit an answer streak of 5.
Great job.
Next one. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Do you guys know about this? Not so frequently asked question. Okay, as expected, not a lot of you actually knew what the answer to this, but
Now you know what you don't know.
next time you see this, you know it was 1993. 96 plus 5. So 101. What? Is this right? Yeah, 101 people got this wrong. This one tripped you guys up. Now you know what you don't know. Next one. Okay, top 5 has been reshuffled. 2025 still holding on strong. Nicholas is out. Andre is in. Andre is one of the elite players. I don't know if has he actually completed his profile? I'm not sure. But anyways, moving on. Frequently asked question. All right. FAQ. Well done. Yes, this is about the Second Schleswig War. Yeah, Denmark lost Sønderjylland after they lost the Second Schleswig War. The first one was in I can't remember, sometime in the 1800s. Okay, how many people got this wrong? 12 people got this wrong. Well done to the 140 that got this right. Oh, man. The top guy got this wrong. Well,
Now you know what you don't know.
I'm actually surprised, man. That's an FAQ. But anyways, yeah. Jensenman is at number 1 now. Bell 29, Andre, Sanapa, and Zetster. Martin has the highest answer streak of 9. Is that a perfect score? It actually is a perfect score.
Perfect score.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Okay, next one. All right.
Excellent.
54,000 people. Not that many people on the Faroe Islands. 18 people got that wrong. Nicholas is back in the top 5. Nori is the highest climber, up 18 places. Someone is asking, how useful is the timeline in Nearly Danish? Will you recommend us to use it? Yes, I do recommend it, but it isn't complete yet. Unfortunately, I haven't had the time to complete that, but it's still a work in progress. Make yours as well, But hopefully I actually get it all done. The priority right now is to get all the quizzes for the people, and then I'll have a second look at that timeline. Next one. Okay, sound effects are loud. Just turn down your volume a bit, but I don't know. Yeah, turn down your volume a bit. Sometimes these things can get loud. Sorry about that. Okay. Someone is asking why do I have 7,000 points, but I only made one mistake. The reason is because in these Kahoots, you get points for speed and for accuracy. So the faster you can answer the question, the more points you actually get if your answer is correct. That's why. However, in the real test, of course, you only get points for accuracy. So this is like a game-like environment, to create a bit more excitement. Anyways, 32 people got this wrong. Not so frequently asked question. On to the next one. Bluetooth is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Great job!
Next one. Okay, so this is from chapter 5. A lot of the time, there's new questions about people from chapter 5. So that's why I'm actually paying close attention to that chapter. And if you look in here, you'll see that she is one of the poets here. And I would highly recommend, when I'm done with all of them, I would highly recommend that you guys go through each and every single one of these quizzes about all these people, because you're definitely going to see at least one question from them. All right, on to the next one. Andre, steadily climbing the charts, now at number 2. Everyone else is holding their spot except Bell 29. 2025 is back in the game 3 in a row after making that mistake.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Next one. Also frequently asked questions, so I think most of you would get this right, but let's see. Okay. 19 people got this wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
Yes. So the the civil servants are chosen based on their qualifications, just like, in the labor market. On to the next one. Okay, Bell 29 took her spot back. Andre back at number 3. 7 players hit an answer streak of 6.
Excellent.
Next one. Come on, guys. Come on. You know the answer to this. If there's any troll there, please, let's just get one explosion for tonight. Please. It's been a while. It's been a while. It's been a while. Ah, man. Okay. Anyways, yes. So this is top 10 most frequently asked questions. You're probably going to see it on the next test. And this question is about Grundlohn. Frederick VII signed Grundlohn, 5th of June, 1849. All right, 6 people got that wrong. Make sure you get it right next time. You're definitely going to see it on the next test. So please fix that if you got that wrong. Captain Matt Cakes now in the top 5. Dansk Pro, the highest climber, up 5 places.
Great job.
All right, I'm beginning to see all the usual suspects. These guys have been consistently coming to the Kahoot sessions and practicing. Round of applause to you guys. Next one. Frequently asked question as well. Okay. Okay. So, Johan Utzon designed the Opera House in Sydney around the end of the 50s, right? And this is a frequently asked question, but however, it's asked in a slightly different way this time, right? Usually they ask who designed the Opera House, but this is asking about the decade that it was designed in. Over 100 of you got this wrong. This is definitely a weak spot, so please make sure you fix this on your profile.
Now you know what you don't know.
37 people got it right. Round of applause. Let's see what this does to the top 5. Okay, complete reshuffle. Yenzeman still holding that number 1 spot. Nicholas at number 2. Nicholas is back. Wow. Andre number 3, Miss Halt 4, and Amy at 5. Rajesh Hamal back in the game with 3 in a row.
Great job.
Okay. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm getting closer and closer to finding a place for the physical meetup. I'll let you know. Hopefully it happens within the next couple weeks. Next one. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
All right. So the Danish defense budget is going to rise to about 2% of GDP from now up until 2033. And of course, this is because of what's happening in Ukraine and now with the whole situation with NATO and whatnot. So at the moment, Europe is rearming, and Denmark along with the rest of Europe. Okay, Nicholas didn't last that long in the top 5. Let's see if he actually makes it back in. The moment we have Yenzeman, Andre, Miss Howard in the podium at 1, 2, 3, 2025 is back. Zedster is also back. SKN back in the game, 3 in a row.
Oh my! He's on fire!
How do we post memes in the physical meetup? You can't. Actually, you can because no, you can't. I was gonna say would have a Zoom session, but of course you're there, right? So, aha.
Uh-oh.
Okay. 50 people got this wrong. So Stounds bundle. This is about the law that the king passed because the storemen, so the rich guys at the time that owned all the land, made a deal with the king to make it impossible for people to actually leave the places that they were born in for at least 40 years. And this was a way for them to secure, well, cheap to free labor for their farms that those people were paying them rent for. So it was a money thing. However, that came in 1733, but that was abolished 55 years later in 1788. And that's what this question is about. So 50 people got this wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
Next one. That's a frequently asked question, actually. This is a combo breaker. Sorry, guys. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so I see at least 77 of you. Actually, that's exactly half. So half of you got this right and half of you got this wrong. 77 of you have not made that list I asked you to make. Make a list of all the parties in parliament, the leader, when they were created, when they were first voted into parliament, and what else? I think that's it, right? No, Sam, Melbo Escapes Pawn is always after Infosat's Pawn, so we'll start that right after. However, stay and participate in this because if you can do well in this, you will completely ace the Melbo Escapes Pawn. So it's also relevant, and vice versa. It's good practice to do both of the Kahoot sessions. All right, half of you got this wrong, half of you got this right. Round of applause to the people that got this right. I see Andre hasn't made the list. Okay, next one. Okay. Okay. Uh so like I said, right, I will make what chapter is that? 5 and it's film. So right now I've done the one for writers and there will be a segment for Oscar winners, right? So you can see there's Nobel Prize winners. You have Henrik Pontoppidan, 1917, and Johannes V. Jensen, 1944. Of course, that information is in the quiz itself. I'm going to do the same thing for basically the music, the movies, the plays, whatnot. And I'm going to start grouping them in these kind of, more intuitive groupings to help, because I know that it's a lot of information in that chapter, man. To remember all that stuff is actually quite challenging. So I'll try to do my best to help you guys. Okay. Way more than half of you got this wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
Next one. Martin making a comeback with 3 in a row. We have VM7 and Aki. First time showing up in the top 5 this session. (2025). Shout out to you. Well done.
Excellent.
Because you've fallen in and out of this top 5 so many times. Now you're back at number 2. Yenderman, wow. On to the next one. Fion, I'll answer the question. 1 second.
Uh-oh.
Okay, this is another rough one. 71 people got this wrong. September 15th. Sustainability goals. Okay, well, now you know what you don't know. I think this is chapter. What chapter is this? 4? Yeah, I think so. Anyways, can't remember. Next one. Okay, someone is asking. There's no chapter 7, bro. Anyways, I missed it. Why is it good to do Melbo Escapes Pawn for us who would like to do another Infos Pawn? Okay, so Melbo Escapes Pawn is just like an easier version of Infos Pawn. And actually, a lot of the times they contain very similar questions. Infos Pawn goes into a bit more details. They ask for very specific dates and very obscure things, whereas Melbo Escapes Pawn, they like, yes or no. But it's, they still ask about things like Grunlon, when did women get the right to vote, la-di-da-di-da. There's 25 questions for Melbo Escapes Pawn, and it doesn't have a current affairs or Danish values. So it is, it's good practice because it's the same information. That's why. We have a static top 5. No one moved here. Imadius is back with an answer streak of 3.
Great job.
Fion, I hope that made sense. On to the next one. Talked about this a bunch of times, right? Okay. 20 people got that wrong. So the regions are in charge of your health insurance and the hospitals. And a good way to actually see this is when you look on your yellow card, it says what region is responsible for you. So have a look at your yellow card and you'll see that. Next one, static top 5.
Static top 5.
Rana making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Excellent.
Next one. All right. This is really good. 143 people got this right. Knul den Stor. In English, it's Canute the Great. He was king of Denmark, England, and Norway. That didn't last very long, but he was still king. Static top 5 again.
Static top 5.
Excuse me. Thomas is back in the game with an answer streak of 3.
Great job.
FAQ alert. All right. He's a scientist, an astronomer, to be exact. and he discovered the constellation called Cassiopeia. There is a planetarium, so the Tycho Brahe Planetarium at the lakes. So check that out if you are in Copenhagen. I highly recommend that you do that. I've actually been there and it was quite nice. 40 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. Please, this is a frequently asked question. Make sure you know the answer to this. Static top 5. Ezekiel is back with an answer streak of 3. On to the next one. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay, not bad. So the Social Democrats have had the most prime minister posts between 1929 and 1982. Zedster is back, and she is making a comeback with 3 in a row. Jenseman still holding that top spot, 2025 behind Miss Howell, number 3. Zedster jumped into number 4 and Aki at number 5. Where is Andre? Where is Andre? You guys know the answer to this. Almost a boom. 11 people got that wrong. 18. You have to be 18 to buy cigarettes, and you have to be 18 to buy strong spirits. Okay, next one. Okay, static top 5.
Static top 5.
28 players reached an answer streak of 5.
Excellent.
Well done, guys. Okay, what's going on here? We have 20 questions to go. This guy, man. Only Teardrops. I actually don't even know how it goes. Anyways, Only Teardrops by Amelia DeForest won Eurovision in 2013. Like I said, I'm going to make the quiz for that as well. And I'm going to group, I think there's been, excuse me, is it 2 or 3 Eurovision winners from Denmark? Can't remember, but at least 2. How many people got this wrong? 72 people got that wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
On to the next one. Yeah, okay, so it's 3 Eurovision winners. Miss Howard now at number 2. Richie Sky back in the game. 3 in a row.
Great job.
This should be a no-brainer, right? This guy. Anyways, yes, so the royal family can be traced back to over 1,000 years ago. Okay, what's going on here? 52 people got that wrong.
Uh-oh.
Now you know what you don't know.
Next one. Aki moving up the charts again. That was a combo breaker. Next one. You've seen this before. Frequently asked question. Okay, so power is split three ways: executive power, legislative power, and judiciary. This question is about the legislative power. So it's shared between the government and the parliament. So government and Folketing. The government proposes majority of the new laws, and the parliament votes on those laws and either accepts or rejects them. Okay, so 43 people got this wrong. Yes, 43. Static top 5
Static top 5.
for the people that got that wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
Okay, next one. You've seen this before as well. Okay, almost perfect score. There is no limit to the number of times an individual can get voted into parliament. As long as they can keep on persuading their constituents, they will get voted in. So you can have a very long career in politics in Denmark. Anyways, 9 people got that wrong. Now you know what you don't know. Static top 5. Next one. Ali Kana is making a comeback 3 in a row. Never seen that name. Round of applause. You know, for me, it's always nice when I see names I've not seen before doing well. So please keep that up. Next one. Aha. Let's see how you guys do on this one. Okay, this, I kind of saw this coming, right? In the book, it says that Denmark trades the most with Germany. Okay, so that's both import and export. And the biggest volume is with Germany. However, when it comes to exporting, right? So Denmark exports the most to the US. That's what this question is asking. And when you're in the test, there's no hurry. You have 1 minute per question. Read the question slowly. Make sure you understand what the question is asking. Read the answers slowly, and then go ahead and choose an answer. I kind of saw this coming. So if a question like that shows up, please don't make that mistake. Andre is back. Yeah, Captain Matt Cake says they're not going to use this one after Trump tires. Probably, you're right. Okay, Keenan making a comeback with 3 in a row. Never seen that name before. Well done.
Oh my! He's on fire!
We've got Yenzelman, Miss Hal, 2025, Andre, and Nicholas. So Andre is back, Nicholas is back, man. These guys are fighters, man. Well done. Okay, so the Nordic Council, the partnerships between all the parliaments of the Nordic countries. Okay, what's going on here? 45 people got that wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
Next one. Static top 5.
Static top 5.
11 players hits an answer streak of 4.
Excellent.
We got 14 questions to go. We're getting closer and closer to current affairs. Right. So there was a Volksabstimmung, what's that called? A referendum um in 2022 when the Ukraine war started, and there was a referendum on whether or not to scrap the how do you say that in English? Reservations. Um Defense reservations, and majority voted yes, of course, because of the war in Ukraine. We've got 47 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. Static top five. That was a combo breaker. Moving on. FAQ, frequently asked question. All right, Kalmar Union was created in 1397, ended in, well, so the union between Denmark, Sweden, and Norway started in 1397, created by Queen Margaret I, was called the Kalmar Union, similar to the European Union, right? But just with those Nordic countries. Sweden quit that in 1523. Yeah, I'm not sure. 1523, 1526. And but Denmark and Norway stayed in the Union up until 1814. I think that was when Denmark lost Norway. Okay, what's going on here? How many people got this wrong? 41 people got that wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
Okay, on to the next one. We have a static top five yet again.
Static top 5.
Next one. Okay, that was a
Uh-oh.
type question. Yes, so Denmark actually had colonies in India and Ghana, and they were sold to the Brits in the middle of the 1800s. 63 people got that wrong. Denmark also had some slave colonies in what's currently called the U.S. Virgin Islands. Back then it was called St. Croix and St. Can't remember which other ones. But anyways, what's going on here? Static top 5, 28 players hit an answer streak of 4.
Great job.
Saint Yan. On to the next one. Yeah, this is an FAQ. This guy, man. Yeah. So in the 60s, a lot of people started challenging the traditional norms. A lot of the young people. One of the traditional norms they challenged was the nuclear family. People started having, it became more normal for people to have kids outside of marriage and to move in without actually getting married. Yes, what was I saying? Those islands were sold to, sorry, I'm not talking about this question now. I'm talking about the previous question. So the islands were sold to the US in 1917. I think that question is actually quite relevant, especially with what's going on in Greenland right now. So they might put that in there. I don't know. But anyways, 19 people got that wrong. Now you know what you don't know. 2025 back at number 2. 17 players reached an answer streak of 3. Next one. Aha, this is current affairs. I forgot to introduce We are in current affairs now. We'll be discussing the themes of the questions as we go. All right. So the theme of this question is the military. And Denmark received the F-35 plane. So right now, Denmark is on a spending spree with the military. And they received the F-35 plane that was used for the first time to escort a Russian plane out of Danish airspace. And this happened last month in March. Okay, next one. Wow. Wow. Okay, so 2025 was at number 1. Then as we kept on playing, 2025 fell all the way out. I don't know where they fell to, but now back at number 1. Round of applause. Okay, Cornelius is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Okay. At the moment, we have 2025 Jens Mand, mishailed Andre. Andre is back again. Nicholas, okay, 4-5. Next one. Her name is Marie Bier. There is a quiz about this under current affairs. It's the government. Okay. Please do that quiz. It's important. More than half of you got this wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
Okay. Static top 5. Tanya. Back with an answer streak of 3.
Excellent.
Next one. All right, so New Borley is looking like a dead party right now. They had a member of parliament, but he quit the party, and that's the guy that created a new party, Lars something. Can't remember his whole name. Created his own party, and he's going to run with that party. The current leader, who's no longer the leader, is stepping down this month, and he isn't running in the communal elections in November. So that party is gone, basically. It won't exist anymore. I have actually removed his name from I took the liberty of doing that. So he used to be in here. I got rid of his name. He's no longer there. So yes, the theme of this is political parties and their leaders, and also politicians that are stopping, basically retiring from politics. So there's 2 themes in here. Do I think this is going to show up? I don't think that that's significant for them to show up, but if it does, at least we've got it. We've seen it. Next one. Okay, combo breaker, 4 players just dropped their answer streak of 7. Andre, oh man, this guy. Wow. Round of applause. Okay, we've got 7 questions to go. Yeah, so yeah. So it's the Queen's the former Queen, Queen Margaret, 85th birthday. Is this gonna show up? I don't think so because usually it's a birthday that's a multiple of 10, but it's her birthday. It was her birthday on the 27th of March, so it's in there in case it shows up. People are saying that I'm posting these things really quickly. Yeah, I told you guys, right? I have a little AI bot that I wrote that goes and reads all the news and comes back to me with the relevant stuff. So that's how come I'm picking up all this stuff really quickly. Okay, what's going on here? More than half of you got that wrong. Okay, Nicholas. Man, these guys. Wow. Round of applause. Okay. I've not seen these kinds of comebacks, you know? Wow. Well done. Well done. Well done.
Excellent.
Okay. Dong is back in the game with 3 in a row.
Great job.
All right. Last current affairs question. Oh, sorry. 16th of April. I keep making those mistakes because I take the day the news was posted, but it's still relevant. Yeah, so it's still relevant because by the time the test comes up, all this stuff will be in the past, right? Okay, so the theme of this is scandals. So right now there's a huge scandal around a former minister. I don't remember what the ministry that he led was, but at the moment he has been charged with having some, yeah, X-rated. Yeah, it's pretty grim. I don't want to talk too much about this, man. But anyways, this is a huge scandal involving someone that was a part of the government before. So yeah, it's there. If it shows up, at least we have it. Wow. Andre fell out at the last minute. We've got 5 questions to go. Andre got that wrong. Oh man. Okay, so Nicholas Jensemand, 2025, Miss Hald and Aki. Top 5. Ezekiel is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Okay, we have 5 questions left. We are moving into Danish values territory now. I will not be going into too much detail with this. Like I said, we will have a dedicated session to this, or for this, not to this, right? And let's see how that goes. All right, next one. All right. It's against the law to hit your kids in Denmark. 25 people got that wrong. Remember that the last 5 questions are actually the most important questions. So if you fail more than one of those questions, you will fail the whole test. So please pay attention to those questions. They're not difficult. We'll have a session for them. You know the answer to this, right? Let's get a boom for this, unless you're a troll. Unless you're a troll. Don't troll, come on. The answer is yes. because Denmark is a liberal country. Okay. Skander is back in the game with 3 in a row. My hand slipped. Did I 36 people got this wrong. Okay. Yes. So in Denmark, you can't discriminate against people based on their gender. Okay. 36 people got this wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
Next one. Because there's gender equality in Denmark. Okay, 134 people got that right. You could go to prison if you force someone to get married against their will. KB is making a comeback 3 in a row. We have a static top 5.
Static top 5.
We have Nicholas Jensemann 2025, Miss Howden Aki. Andre dropped out 4 questions ago. Is he going to make a comeback? We've only got 1 question left, but let's see. Last question. Okay, this was actually very similar to the previous one, but anyways. 2025 and number 3 was a good game for you today. Jensemann at number 2 and Nicholas at number 1, right? Yep. Miss Howden Aki 4 and 5.
NearlyDanish.com.